Raoult's law for solid in liquid solutions. Raoult's law for solid in liquid solution. Right, say according to Raoult's law, what Raoult's law says? According to Raoult's law, at constant temperature, the partial vapor pressure of any component, is directly proportional to its mole fraction in the solution. So it is also just similar to Henry's law. For example, let us take this beaker containing water. Okay, this is one liquid. Now let us add a 10 gram of sodium chloride to the water. So can I take example for solid in liquid solution? Can be taken? No. It is a solid in liquid solution. Now tell me, what Raoult's law says is, at constant temperature, the vapor pressure of your liquid, let us take water. Water has certain vapor pressure. The vapor pressure of this water is always directly proportional to, P is directly proportional to the mole fraction of water in the liquid solution. It means P is directly proportional to X. It is at constant temperature. So at constant temperature, the vapor pressure of any component, it may be liquid or it may be water or it may be any liquid, the vapor pressure of any component is directly proportional to its mole fraction. Where? In liquid, right? So let the vapor pressure of here is water is P, its mole fraction, the mole fraction of water is X. Then tell me, this vapor pressure of water is directly proportional to mole fraction of the water in the solution. So therefore, can I take P is directly proportional to X? For example, if I take component A, so then PA is directly proportional to XA, and similarly PB also directly proportional to XB. So therefore, this shows that partial pressure of any component, the partial vapor pressure of any component is directly proportional to mole fraction. This is the Raoult's law. So therefore, now from this equation, P is directly proportional to XA. I want to take PA is equals to, tell me, can I take constant K into XA? Take the equation 1, where what is the K equal to? Constant. Like in Henry's law, we have taken Henry's constant. Okay, here is constant. You can take Raoult's constant. But for pure solvent, if it is a pure solvent, for pure solvent, what is the PA equal to? PA become P naught A. Yes or no? Where P naught is what? Vapor pressure of pure solvent. Where P is what? Vapor pressure of component in solution. Very good. So therefore, for a pure solvent, PA become P naught A, but XA become what? 1. Yes or no? Why? We know that XA plus XB is always equal to 1, but there is no XB. Why there is no XB? Pure solvent. Pure solvent has no solute. A is a solvent, B is a solute. Therefore, then XA plus XB equal to 1, or else you can take like this, XA plus XB equal to 1, but XB equal to 0. Therefore, then XA equal to 1. So therefore, when PA equal to P naught A, XA become 1. So substitute in this equation 1. So PA become what? P naught A, which is equals to, then K, right, as it is, XA equal to what? 1. So therefore, now K equal to what? P naught A. So therefore, substitute K value in equation 1. What do you get? PA equal to XA into P naught A. Can we write? Now this is the Raoult's equation. So PA equal to XA into P naught A, PB equal to XB into P naught B. Then tell me what is the PA and PB? PA equal to partial vapor pressure of component A. It is a partial vapor pressure of component A. Next, what is the PB? It is a partial vapor pressure of component B. Then what is the P naught A? P naught A is, it is a not partial, it is a vapor pressure. Vapor pressure of what? Pure solvent or component, pure component A. So this is a vapor pressure of pure component A or nothing but solvent. A is taken solvent, B is a solute. Next, what is the P naught B? It is also vapor pressure of pure component B. And what are XA and XB? XA equal to mole fraction of component A. XB equal to mole fraction of component B. Okay, so this is the Raoult's law. Next is graphical representation. Graphical representation of Raoult's law. Let us take on x-axis mole fraction. I will take mole fraction on x-axis. This is a x A equal to 0. Okay, XA value 0. When XA value is 0 here at this point, then here this side is increases. XA become what? 1. Because maximum value is 1. XA 0, 0 to gradually increases 1. Now let us take it is a PA, partial vapor pressure of component A. Now tell me, from the equation 1 or equation 2, take this. From the equation 2, PA is equals to, tell me, XA into P naught A. Then can we write PA is directly proportional to XA? Okay. Now tell me XA is 0 here. XA value is 0 here. Then XA value gradually increases now this side. XA value is goes on increases. So when XA value increases, PA also increases like this. And where XA equal to 1, when XA equal to 1, what is the PA equal to? When XA equal to 1, PA equal to P naught A. It means this point is a P naught A. Right? So this is the graphical representation of Raoult's law. Take down. Right, vapor pressure of liquid solution. Let us consider a binary solution. What is binary solution? Which contain two components. So consider a binary solution which contain two volatile liquids. There are two volatile liquids. It means a beaker containing two liquids. Of course, it is a closed vessel. Okay. Right. So this beaker containing two liquids. Let us consider liquid A and liquid B, and both are volatile. This is liquid A. Next, it also contain another liquid, liquid B. right? Both are volatile. Now tell me, a binary solution contains two volatile liquids A and B. So since they are volatile, both can undergo vaporization. So A can undergo vaporization, it form vapors of A will be formed here, and B also undergo vaporization, the vapors of B also be formed here. Now apply the Raoult's law. Tell me, according to Raoult's law, the vapor pressure of liquid A is directly proportional to what? Its mole fraction in liquid solution. Then the vapor pressure of B also directly proportional to mole fraction, its mole fraction in solution. So therefore, then can we write, according to Raoult's law, PA is equals to XA into P naught A directly, PB equal to tell me, XB into P naught B. So take the equation 1 and equation 2. Okay, but we know that according to Dalton's law of partial pressure, tell me, according to Dalton's law of partial pressure, what is the partial pressure? The partial pressure of any component is directly proportional to or is equals to, it is the PA is equals to, it is a product of mole fraction into total pressure. It means PA is equals to XA into P total. This is one important equation, and P total is also equal to PA plus PB. Yes or no? So these two equations according to Dalton's law of partial pressure. And moreover, Dalton's law is applicable for which gases? Non-reacting gases. Okay, it is applicable for non-reacting gases. Now therefore, it is a PA, PB. Now apply the Dalton's law of partial pressure this. Now I want P total. The total pressure of solution is equals to PA plus PB. So I just substitute PA, PB, XA into P naught A plus XB into P naught B. But we know that XA plus XB is always equal to 1. Then what is XB equal to? 1 minus XA. Then substitute XB value in XB here. Therefore, what is the P total? So P total equal to XA, let it be as it is, P naught A plus, in place of XB, 1 minus XA into P naught B. Okay, next tell me, simplify. P total, the total pressure of solution equal to XA into P naught A plus, it is a P naught B minus XA into P naught B. Then finally, can we write this? P total is equals to, it is XA into P naught A minus XA into P naught B plus P naught B. Can we write? Yes or no? Then P total is equals to, tell me. So XA common, XA P naught A minus P naught B plus P naught B. So based on this equation, in 2018 NEET exam one question is given. Tell me, what is the P total? It is a total pressure. No, why partial comes? What is the meaning of partial? Partial means not complete. No, when total comes, it is a total pressure of solution. Total pressure of solution. Next, what is the P naught A, P naught B? It is the vapor pressure of pure solvent A at pure solute B. So therefore, vapor pressure of component right, pure component. Okay, so vapor pressure of pure component A. Next, vapor pressure of pure component B. Next, what XA is? Mole fraction of component A. So generally remember, solvent is denoted by A or 1. Solute is denoted by B, usually B or else 2. Okay. So then next is graphical representation. I will write here graph only. So how to represent the graph? Graph is important. Let us take, okay, it is x-axis. You just tell me PA is directly proportional to XA, no? According to Rolle's law. Yes or no? Yes, sir. Then PB is directly proportional to Bharata XB. Therefore, I will take XA equal to 0 here. Then what is the meaning of XA equal to 0? XA equal to 0 means XB equal to 1, because XA plus XB equal to 1. If it is XA equal to 0, XB must be 1. Then now XA 0, XA gradually increases this side, and what is XA become here? XA 1, because XA value is increases on x-axis from right to left. Now XA equal to 1 here. Now when XA equal to 1, what is XB equal to? 0. Okay, now tell me, XA is directly proportional to PA. It means XA 0. XA value is increases from left to right to left. Right to left, yeah. XA value increases. When XA value increases, what is increases? PA. XA directly proportional to PA. When XA value increases, PA also increases. This is the PA. Okay, PA increases. Then XA equal to 1. When the XA equal to 1? When XA equal to 1, PA equal to P naught A. That means this point is P naught A. This is same. Now similarly, the same graph, now this side, it is XB 0 here. XB 0. Now XB value gradually increases and XB become 1. Okay. Then tell me, XB directly proportional to PB. When XB value increases, PB value is increases. Okay. Then XB equal to 1. When XB equal to 1, then PB equal to? So again here same. When XB equal to 1, PB is equals to P naught B. It means this point is what? P naught B. Okay. So by combining these two graphs, you will get nothing but P total. Okay. So this graph is related to, it is a PB is equals to XB into P naught B, and this line is represents PA is equals to XA into P naught A. So this is the Rolle's law. But condition, when this graph is valid or applicable, you see P naught B here, PA here, P naught B, P naught A. Then among P naught A, P naught B should be greater than P naught A, then only this is possible. Or among PB and PA, PB greater than PA, then only this is possible. Condition is this: if the partial vapor pressure of component B is greater than component A, then you will get this graph. Suppose if the partial vapor pressure of component A is more, if the partial PA is more, then what happen? So this PA lines comes here somewhere. Idu kelagade barutte. Okay. So this graph is applicable when PB is greater than PA. Okay. Or at the same time, P naught B should be greater than P naught A. So this is the liquid solution. Okay. Take down. Consider a binary solution containing two volatile liquids. A comma B. two volatile liquids A comma B, A comma B, and their mole fractions XA, XB respectively, and their mole fractions XA, XB respectively. According to Dalton's law, according to Raoult's law, I have taken diagram. Take the diagram also. According to Raoult's law, PA, take this, PA equal to XA into P naught A, PB equal to XB into P naught B. Next, according to Dalton's law of partial pressure, according to Dalton's law of partial pressure, okay, so take this whole equations. So this is very, very important. After that you take graph. Write down. Determination of composition. Determination of composition or mole fraction. Determination of composition or mole fraction. Determination of composition or mole fraction of components in vapor state. In vapor state. Okay, so that means in vapor state, how do you calculate the mole fraction or composition of liquids? Now let us take again same. Consider a binary solution containing two volatile liquids. So there are two liquids are A and B. So we have taken two liquids A and B. So both are volatile liquids. Since they are volatile liquids, what happen? They undergo vaporization. A undergo vaporization, it forms vapors of A. B undergo vaporization, it forms vapors of B. So due to vapors of A, it exerts certain pressure. That pressure is called partial vapor pressure. So therefore partial vapor pressure of component A is PA. Due to vapors of B, B also exerts certain pressure which is called partial vapor pressure of B. So therefore PA, PB are partial vapor pressure of component A and component B respectively. Now in the previous we have studied XA, XB, where XA equal to what? The mole fraction of the component A in where? Liquid solution. XB equal to what? Mole fraction of the component B in the liquid solution. Mole fraction nothing but composition. But now I want same mole fraction in vapor phase. What is the mole fraction of A in vapor phase? Now let us take the mole fraction of A in vapor phase is Ya. The mole fraction of the B in vapor phase is Yb respectively. Then how do you calculate Ya and Yb? So therefore this Ya, Yb can be calculated from the Dalton's law. So tell me, according to Dalton's law of partial pressure, Dalton's law of partial pressure, the partial pressure of any component is equals to the product of mole fraction into total pressure. It's a product of mole fraction and total pressure. Therefore This partial pressure of VA can also be written XA. So XA equal to mole fraction. Instead of XA, I'll take YA. YA also mole fraction. But what is the difference? YA is a mole fraction in vapor phase. So which is multiply with P total. So P total nothing but PA plus PB can be taken, no? Okay. So therefore now we want YA. So YA equal to PA by P total or nothing but PA by PA plus PB. This is the composition of the component A in vapor phase. Next, what is the composition of B in vapor phase? So YB equal to similarly PB by PA plus PB. So this question asked in 2019 question paper, NEET. Okay, right. Consider a binary solution containing two volatile liquids. Consider a binary solution containing two volatile liquids A comma B and their mole fractions in vapor phase What are the mole fraction in vapor phase? YA, YB respectively. YA, YB respectively. According to Dalton's law of partial pressure, so take this equation. Take the diagram also. Okay, where what are YA is mole fraction of component A in vapor phase. What is YB is mole fraction of component B in vapor phase. What is PAPB? It is a partial vapor pressure of component A or liquid A. Partial vapor pressure of component B. What is the P total? What is the P total? Shall we write partial vapor pressure total or something? It's a total vapor pressure. Total vapor pressure of what? Solution. Okay, solution. P total. Take one question. Take one question. Two grams of ethyl alcohol. 2 grams of ethyl alcohol dissolved in 2 grams of ethyl alcohol dissolved in 18 grams of water. 18 grams of water. calculate the composition of ethyl alcohol and water. Calculate the composition of ethyl alcohol and water in vapor phase. In vapor phase. Right. Next, right, given the mole, given P naught value, given that P naught of water is 23.8 mm of mercury, comma P naught alcohol is 750 mm of mercury respectively. P naught values are given. Tell me. So P naught values are given. We need to calculate XA na YA na? YA. Because the composition in vapor phase, not in liquid solution. So YA, YB. So to calculate YA, we want PA as well as P total. So therefore, YA equal to PA by PA plus PB. Therefore, first calculate PA, PB. So what is the PA? PA equal to XA into P naught A. Right? Then this P naught value given, no? For example, let us take PA is nothing but water, X water, and P naught A also water. Now tell me, P naught A of water is given, P naught of water given 23.8. But sometime if they do not give, they may mention that 25 degrees Celsius, you should remember it, mm of mercury. Right. Now next we need to calculate XA. So what is XA? Mole fraction. How do you calculate mole fraction? Mole fraction of water equal to number of moles of water divided by number of moles of water plus number of moles of alcohol. From this formula you should calculate mole fraction of water. Then number of moles of water. How many moles of water given? 18 gram. So 18 divided by 18 is equals to 1. Next, number of moles of water equal to 1. Then what is the number of moles of ethyl alcohol? It is a 2 divided by 46. You will get a number of moles. Substitute here, you will get X water. Substitute here, you will get P H2O. Then PH2O. Here is what? PH2O divided by PH2O plus P ethyl alcohol.